Hello everyone. I wanted to do a blog post this evening on one of the books that I just read, and I thought you might enjoy seeing it yourself. If I can get the cover pulled up, we'll show you the cover. Okay. The book's called Eye Candy from Jessica Lemon. Let's see if I can get it in there a little bit. You can get this book. I know there's a lot of glare on there. I'm sorry. But you can find this book on Amazon.com. It was a very interesting book. I loved the characters. They were believable, understandable. It was an easy read. I know a lot of people look for that kind of thing. But this was a really good romance, and it makes a good summer romance to read. But as far as I'm concerned, I can read a good romance anytime. But I enjoyed it because of the humor behind it. It wasn't a typical office romance. I guess I can give a little bit of a spoiler there. But she was more concerned about this guy that she'd been watching jog past her office every day, and the guy that she ultimately ended up with was someone that happened to be her best friend. And I really thought that was kind of a neat story, that he'd been watching her for some time, and she didn't realize that he thought that much of her. But I think that you'll really like it. The main characters in it was Vince and Jackie, and they were a pair. They were a hoot, and it started out as him coaching her on how to start dating again once she had gone through a separation. And the relationship itself was handled really well through the writing, and I enjoyed it quite much. It took me probably 3 or 4 days to read. I don't read very fast, but I do take my books and read them, and I have read some really good romances, and I thought I would start doing a blog post on the books that I've read, maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks, just so you could get an idea of what's out there to read, and give you a chance to pick up something good and entertaining. I guess most of the books that I read are mostly on the same line. They're all romance books, but some of them have twists, and I'll just share some of my favorite authors with you now and again, just so that you can see what's going on out there. But for now, I think probably the next book I will read is another one of her books. It's called Arm Candy. I thought I would go ahead and read the second in that series. I do enjoy reading Lori Foster's work. I've also read E.L. James, which most people have read 50 Shades of Grey. I have had an intermingle of some different books that I may do a review on. Just a few. I can give you an idea of what I've been reading. The last one that I read in this series was called Twisted. It was written by Helen Hart, and she does the Steele Brothers, and that's a really good series too. I think that you would enjoy that one. Another one, and I will do a review on that at some point. Another one of the series that I have read was H.M. Ward's Arrangement. I really liked her books. She has a lot of different books. They were all on brothers. One of them was called Stripped, I believe. And then she had The Arrangement. She had one called Easy, and I think there's like 4 different books in it. There's one called Damaged. I think that's the one that I actually started reading her series from. There's also one called in her series Secrets and Lies. I've read those. I have also read a couple of Christa Lynn's books. One of hers was called Accepting Destiny. I've read that. And I will do a review on that at some point. See, Sylvia Day. I loved her books on the Crossfire series. Let's see, I know there's another one here that I read as a series. Lori Foster's books on the let me see here if I can tell what the name of the series itself is. I know the books, I'm just not sure of the series. I can't read it. I know that there is a series on it. Sorry, I know there's a glare on my glasses. But they were over fighters, and I really liked those. There was also some that was written that she did that were police officers. Just looking to see what else we had here. Jessica Lemon also wrote The Billionaire Next Door. I've read these. Let's see if I can pull up a picture of the front cover of that one. Okay. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think this is like the second or third one in that series. But that one was good too. It's also available on Amazon. And tell you a couple others if I can find them. And well, here's one that's from an independent. It's Taylor Sullivan, The Boy I Hate. It was pretty good. And I believe she's an independent. Let's see if I can pull the cover up. This was a pretty good series too. They were actually going to a wedding, and her boyfriend, you can't see that, I don't think, but her boyfriend left her decided he wanted to pursue his career, left her to go to this wedding alone, and it was a long drive. It was across country. She ended up going with her best friend's brother, and she ended up falling in love with him, and I thought that was a really neat little story too. They were going to, I think it was his sister's wedding, and she didn't want her to drive alone all that way, but I really enjoyed that one. Lori Foster also has one out. I haven't read it yet. I think it's called Mr. November, and I think it's out on Amazon and also in Walmart and different stores. I know that they are showing them in Barnes and Noble and such, Amazon. So there are a lot of different choices out there. If you're not into a romance book, I have also read some sci-fi. I loved The Hunger Games. I read those. I was trying to think what some of the other ones I've read and enjoyed. My glasses feel like they're crooked. I don't know if they are or not. But there. I read The Hunger Games. Those were pretty good. They were in a serial. I was trying to think what the other one was, but it's not coming to mind right now. But I think I know most people have seen the movie, but the books are a little bit different from the movie. They try to follow them as close as they can, but they are a little different. But I think you would enjoy those. But for now, guys, there are a few books out there that I think you would enjoy. Stop by Amazon.com and check them out. And guys, enjoy yourself. Happy reading.